Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just the other day, I got my latest release from Vinyl Me Please. So I thought I'd do a video of a year in Vinyl Me Please releases. About a year ago, I was with my wife. We were shopping. We were at West Elm, and we were walking around, and I saw they had a turntable there. And it was nothing good. It was like a all-in-one unit, nothing special, but they had a bunch of records with it. So I started flipping through the records, and I see they're all for sale, and one of them was a Vinyl Me Please release. And up to that point, I was sure, I thought, you had to belong to the club to get a Vinyl Me Please release. But I saw this one there, and it's a record I've always wanted, so this was my first Vinyl Me Please copy, even though I wasn't a member yet. So the first one I bought was Miles Davis' Sorcerer, which is a beautiful record. Their releases, the Vinyl Me Please releases, are always so well done. Really heavy stock cover here, super high gloss. They always add extras to it besides the record itself. This, I think, originally was released in 1967, and this is a brand new pressing of it, something I always wanted. Along with the record itself, you get this, in this particular case, you got a really nice booklet with the whole story of the making of the album, with great photos. Also in this one, you got this, which I don't know what this has to do with anything, but it's an original artwork by Santiago Carrasquilla. Sort of cool, but I don't know what it has to do with the record. And then, obviously, you get the record itself. In this case, also they come in a really nice paper sleeve with a vinyl inner, so it doesn't get scratched or anything. This one came in pink wax with the original Columbia 2i logo label. So this was my first one. I played it. It just sounds so fantastic. 180 gram vinyl, and it sounded so beautiful. I said, well, that's what convinced me to get a membership. So I had a little extra money last January, so I joined Vinyl Me Please, and then I started. Well, when you join Vinyl Me Please, you get to choose either classics, essentials, or rap and hip hop. There are 3 different categories, and then once a month they have a record of the month in each category. You don't have to take that record. If you want, you can opt out and choose something else from either the other 2 categories or from their catalog of records they have. And I got to say, most of these records are ones where I opted out of the monthly release and picked something else out. But be that as it may, I got some great stuff. So the first one I got was one of my guitar heroes, Cooder, and this is the album Mambo Sinondo with Manuel Galban. I had this on CD for a while. Again, beautifully pressed, beautiful copy, 2 record set. I can't remember if this is on colored vinyl or not. I don't think so. No, it's on black vinyl, but silver label. Again, sounds amazingly great. I said I had it on CD, which I liked, but to have it on vinyl is just something else. So a great Cooder album. And this one was originally released, I got my notes here, 2003. And this is then re-released in 2019. I don't know if it was originally released on vinyl, but if it was really hard to come by. Cooder, Manuel Galban, Mambo Sinondo. Great record. Next month, I opted out yet again and got something else that I had way back in the day, and really glad to be able to reintroduce it to my collection and get it back in. Is Buddy Guy. Left My Blues in San Francisco. This is originally a 1960. My notes a little closer. A 1968 release. Again, I mean, the quality of their releases are just so beautiful. They do such a great job. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they'll give you a little booklet. And this booklet, when you open it up, has a whole essay about the album, the making of the record, about Buddy Guy, or whoever it is, who happens to be at the moment, which is really great. And they have this little, it's sort of like a fake Obi strip. The sort of, not a full Obi strip, just sort of sits on the side like that. And this is a great blues album from 1968, like I said. I had it way, way back in the day. Recorded in 1967 in Chicago, released in 68. And like I said, I always wanted it back in my collection because it's such a great album. They used the original chest label, regular black vinyl. You got the chest label, sort of cool. And classic blues, 1967 Buddy Guy. So I'm real happy to get this back in the collection. And that is the Buddy Guy album. Next up was a guy I didn't know anything about, but I read good things about it. So when it was available, I jumped on it. And it's a guy named James Booker. Now this was recorded in 1973. It says here on the back, this album features James Booker leading a band comprised of New Orleans' greatest underground monster musicians, recorded overnight in a studio after playing a gig in Los Angeles in 1973. The album was never released, and then they found the tapes and released it last year. I worry sometimes about these lost tapes because usually the quality is not great, but this is fantastic. This is one of my favorite albums of the year that I got on Vinyl Me Please. And this is on, again, black vinyl, cool label. So this is very New Orleans soul music. Do songs like Jungle Partner, African Gumbo, Stormy Monday, Hound Dog, the great medley of Hound Dog, Tico Tico. So great stuff. I don't know many of these players, but what do I know? Fantastic record. One of my favorites that I got from Vinyl Me Please. Oh, it's because the booklet's in there. And this one also came with a booklet. Talks all about the making of the album. And James Booker, I think he died young, unfortunately. But great record. Really happy to have it in the collection. Next month, I opted out once more. Got something else I didn't, whatever they were showing I wasn't interested in. And again, another blues album. As you see, mostly blues and jazz. That's really what I like. And it's Big Bill Broonzy. Sings folk songs, originally Smithsonian Folkways recording. This is originally recorded in 1962. And they just do a great job of copying the original releases. This is a great textured cover there. This one came with the, again, lyrics and an essay on the record itself. What else it came with? This again, it's the on black vinyl, but has the original Folkways. I don't know if you see that, the Folkways label. Sort of cool. This also came with a print train going down the tracks there. By Mackenzie Nelson, suitable for framing. Sort of cool. And oh, they also give you a recipe for a drink in case you want to have a little drink while you're listening to the record. Sidecar, hence the picture of the train with a microphone on top. So, Big Bill Broonzy, folk blues, 1960s. Next one is the only new album, new release, that had never been released before. I never heard of this guy. Again, I read good things about it. I thought I'd take a chance. His name is Joel Ross, and the album is Kingmaker. He's a vibraphonist, so it's straight jazz. Don't hear too many modern vibraphonists out there. Mostly, you know, saxophone and trumpet. But great soul jazz album. 2-record set. Beautifully recorded. On white vinyl. It's on Blue Note. The current Blue Note. And white wax. Joel Ross, Kingmaker. I was a little skeptical before I got it, but I really like this album. This is great. And this is only 500 were printed. So that's number 418 out of 500. For whatever that's worth. But again, really enjoyed this record. There was no booklet in with this one. Guess there's a new release. But I can't really remember. There's a vibraphone, alto sax, piano, bass, and drums. And there's a vocalist on a couple of tracks. But a new jazz man really does great. So if you ever see it around, check it out. Joel Ross on Blue Note, Kingmaker. The next month I went classic jazz, Max Roach from 1961, Bittersweet. Real happy to have this one too. This was on Impulse, Verve, I mean, originally. And just beautiful gatefold. Again, I'm just so impressed with the quality of their pressings. And this one also came with a nice little booklet talking about the album. And on the Impulse, Verve Impulse album label, black vinyl, I don't know if you see that, but there's the classic Impulse label. Well, you know, it's Max Roach, 1961. Let's see who plays on here with him, if I remember. I don't think it says. I'm sure it says somewhere, but it doesn't jump out at me. But this was a great album. Really happy to have it. Max Roach. The next month I went back to the blues. This one's more soul blues than straight blues, but a great album. Little Milton, Waiting for Little Milton. Waiting for Little Milton. Originally released 1973. Again, there's no booklet here. Originally Stax. Oh, there's a booklet. There's a little booklet about it, the recording. And this is on reproduction of the Stax label, which is where it was released on originally. Memphis Horns play with him on this. So at this point, like I said, most of the ones I've gotten from Vinyl Me Please, I've pretty much opted out most months. Some of the things they had were good, but I like to choose what I like to choose. I don't want to be told what to buy or what has to be bought that month. But that's a good album. Very more soul than I expected, but good stuff. Next month, this is great. Willie Bobo. This is uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. Willie Bobo. Willie Bobo was born in New York City, Puerto Rican parents. Amazing piano drummer, percussionist. Shown on the original Verve label. Again with the booklet telling all about it. So, like I said, if you're really into new releases and stuff, it can't beat Vinyl Me Please. I'm really pleased with what I got. Just beautiful stuff. Next month I went for Soul. 1967 Soul. Eddie Floyd. Knock on Wood. Great, amazing album. Stereo Stax label. Same thing with the booklet all about the recording. Black vinyl. There's your Stax label. You all know that song, Knock on Wood, but there's so much more on this album besides that. So just again, so impressed with the pressings, the labels, the covers, everything is just done beautifully. And really happy with it. Couple more jazz albums. Next one is a from 1964, originally recorded Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers with Lee Morgan, Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons, and Jamie Merritt. It's the Freedom Rider. In 1964, there were the Freedom Riders, which were people who went to integrate bus stations and restaurants in the South. And they took buses down to the South, all sitting together instead of having the blacks have to sit in the back. Everyone sat together on the buses. And this is an album in tribute to all those people that put their lives on the line. Again, fantastic record. Art Blakey is just an amazing drummer. And the solo on Freedom Rider is just outstanding. Blue Note reproduction. And again, a little booklet inside. Yeah, little booklet talking all about it. Next one is one that was originally recorded in 1964. I don't know if it was ever released back in 64, but it's Dave Brubeck, The Impressions of Japan. I guess the band toured Japan in spring of 64, and they recorded this when they got back. It's Dave Brubeck, Paul Desmond, Eugene Wright, and Joe Morello. You see the Vinyl Me Please. And again, you know, great album. I'm really super impressed with it. Just love it. It's on Columbia 2i stereo. I'm sort of wondering why almost all the records they released are in stereo. I wonder why they haven't released them in some of the original mono. Some did, some they do, but most of them are all stereo. I don't know why, but anyway. Last album I got was one I just got 2 days ago, and this was in mono, and it is Aretha Franklin, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You. As you see, Atlantic mono. This one is color vinyl. This one came in a beautiful pink marble with the original Atlantic label. And again, you know, of course, this is an amazing record. It has Respect, Drown in My Own Tears, Soul Serenade, Dr. Feelgood, Do Right Woman, Do Right Man, The Change Is Gonna Come. I mean, it's an amazing record. This also came with a booklet with all the lyrics, which is sort of nice to have. And as well as the lyrics, it came with a 12 by 12 photograph, suitable for framing. From David Garr, who was a big photographer back then. So that's a year of Vinyl Me Please. I'm probably going to join again next year because I had such a good time. I got some great stuff. I would highly recommend joining the club. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not getting any free records or anything. I just think it's great. So if you're a collector, and obviously you are, you wouldn't be watching this, I would definitely jump on board. At least go to their website, check out their previous releases, and see if something appeals to you. Okay, I hope everybody has a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, cool Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope you enjoy it. Get to spend time with family and friends. Don't get too stressed out. And until next time, peace.